Hello guys. Yes, I'm sorry I had issues with my mic. I did not I could not understand what was wrong with it. Just giving issues or something. Okay, so we're back on this live stream. We started some I think a week ago, so I was not able to make videos like to continue the project as soon as I could because I was busy with some side projects. But I'm back now and we can get to it. Okay, so let's take a look at the reference image we are working with, and we know where we are going with the project. Okay. I think we are done populating this scene. Most likely, yeah, we are done populating this scene. So let's get to the other parts of the project. Um, yeah, we planned having some gravel on this area, so I'm just going to put this down there. So I make it instance. As well. Just going to going to attach them like that. Then delete areas I don't need. Do these guys um, and take up these guys as well. And back a bit. Okay, I think we are good to go on that area. Let me show you camera view I have for that area. Okay, cool. Um, I don't know if you guys can check out this camera views and probably let me know. I think I have an issue with the camera views. Not really looking like I think it would look. Maybe it's looking warped a bit or something. Okay, let me just try this. Try this. I think the reason why it's looking that warped is because of the speed of view. Then move that to 45 and instead move this back. Now you can see that I'm not able to see the scene anymore. But don't fret, that can be solved by using the environment and clipping option in your camera. All you just have to do is enable the camera clipping and show in viewport as well. Now we are going to have these two values open to you, the near value and the far value. And the far value means any object that the distance exceeds this value from the camera. I don't know if I explained that well. If you have an object and the distance exceeds 154,000 millimeters from the camera, it won't be showing in the view. And for the near view, if you have any object that is placed below the value here, you won't be seeing them in the scene as well. So now let me start moving this near value. You can see this line moving up. It means the way the area where this line is at 62 millimeters. Now any object behind or any object below that 62 millimeters will not be seen by this camera. To be cut off. So I'm just going to move this up so we start seeing the view again. Yeah, like so. So you can always use this method for scenes that look so tight. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm more satisfied with the camera view right now. It looks better in my opinion. So let's see if we can use that. Because this one looks swapped as well. Let me use 45 and instead let's move this back. Okay, like we had it for the previous camera as well. Just come here. We will camera clipping. And then increase this value. Like so. Can read this up a bit. Let's move this back so we can see more of that camera. Yep. Like this. Okay. I think I'm more satisfied with the angle I'm seeing. Maybe probably later on I'll see maybe there are ways I can improve that in this issue. Let me move this down a bit. Like so. Okay. I think that's better. That's better. What else would I like that? Okay, yeah. Now I'm going to add in the plants. The plants let me see. Let me try moving this camera this way. I want to see how the view is going to look like. Okay. Yeah. That's with what we have now, we should be able to get some nice depth of field. Okay, maybe I'll just plan this as another camera view. Yeah. I'll just plan that as another camera view. Let's if that's the way it is. And then with another camera. Yeah. Like so. trying to get a better view, cutting that whole thing off there. And move that, yeah. Let me just move this up a bit, like so. And let's get this guys in view more. Okay, so we have one, we have a camera view for the close-up, like that. Let's see, maybe we can get more interesting views. Okay, let me just the view for this one as well. How is that? 5. Because when I opened the file, I had an issue with the angles I was seeing. My files were looking a bit distorted, and I didn't like that. So enable this. Okay. Enabled. Okay. So that's what we have now. Yes, I ready the angle I'm seeing right now. I don't know if you guys noticed in the previous camera when I have not adjusted it, this bathtub was looking way distorted. I don't know if you guys noticed that. Okay, cool. I think how many cameras we have now? We have 4 cameras. This guy as well. Maybe to include, okay. That. Oh, cool. So now I'm going to add in more plants. Like I said, I love the idea of these plants, the way the green plants looks. Yeah, I would like to have something there behind this glass here. And yeah, that is the reason why I was going with the name Zen Bathroom. Um, I think our verticals are not really straight. If I was using Vue, had the option of just guessing your vertical and horizontal. Sorry, I mean my horizontals are not straight. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me see to the pan zoom. Yeah, that work. Yeah, we do not have straight vertical, straight horizontals right now. If I was using, if I was using if I was using Vue had the option of guessing your guessing your vertical and guessing the horizontal as well. So I may have to work with this by high just to make that straight. Okay, I think it's straight now. I think that's straight now. It's all this little, they look like you might think, oh, they are just little adjustments, but to be honest, they are things that help drive the realism of your image. To be honest, just have to you just have to take the time to work them out. Just take the time to work them out. So What next? The other cameras as well. Okay. Looks straight enough. So that's in. That's check. Okay, cool. I think we can get to the lighting. First, not like seeing the lines all around there. Then I don't know. Yeah, there's a little change. I don't know if you guys noticed I have these icons right there. Yeah, I'm on Windows, but it looks different because this is Windows 11. I was able to join the Windows Insider program and have had access to the early build of Windows 11. If any of you guys are interested in getting that for your PC as well, lots of exciting features, though I've not had the time to check them out. Well, there are a lot of changes to Windows, and it's looking great so far. So if you have interest in getting this for your PC, it's free. You don't have to do anything large or something. Just hit me up, and then I'll put you through how you can get to upgrade your Windows to Windows 11, even though it's not yet out, but how you can join the beta program. So, yeah. So let's get to the lighting parts. Let's check this view. Yeah, this is the lighting we are going for. And see, it's not a very bright scene. Not a very bright scene. Or should I say we are going to go for a mix of what kind of lighting? Thinking this kind, where we have warm lights, and this one we have neutral lights. The light is almost just white, just white. Let's go to the first camera view, and yeah, I'm thinking should I have something this fast as well? Something just something for the wall. I think it's a, let me check my models. My archive if I have something like this on the wall here to make it interesting. So it won't just be bare. At least if we have something here, then we can work out very nice styling for this wall here. I'm planning on using black tiles wall here. Okay, let me check out my models. I have anything I can use for that. So yeah, I think it should just take some take a little while to load up because I have a lot of them and I'm just opening this software right now. So let's just keep it time. Now, as I was saying, I'm planning to use tiles for the background here, and the one I have in mind is the tile from this video here. Anyone who follows me or who has my WhatsApp page will know that I've always been saying it. The local project. That is, if you're an architect or you studied courses related to architecture, and you really want insight, you want to watch um very nice house tours and stuff, you have to follow this guys right here, the local project. Yeah, yeah. This side, I've not watched probably house tours from other channels, but for this channel, I can say you will not be disappointed with the house tours you find on this channel. So you will never be disappointed. So I'm trying to remember. There was one I saw. There was one video I watched, and yeah, I think it's this. And there was this tile you'll find. There's this tile you'll find. I think in the kitchen area that really looks great. Yep. Yeah, this is this tile. It looks dark and it's I don't know, it looks as if the way it looks as if water is dripping down the walls. That's this effect that makes it look like water is dripping down the walls, and I really love it, to be honest. Now that is what I'm planning for that wall, for the wall behind our project here. So if you guys have not followed them, you can see the local project. Please do well and follow them. It will do great for you, to be honest. They make the best house tours. Yeah, you can see they use that for the toilet as well. Okay, so let me get to work. I think this should be loaded already. Okay, so what can we add to that what you need that side? I go with the hallucinate deco wall. Do I have any right? Let me check somewhere. No, we do not have, then I just think of something. This is well. Yeah. Just going to work with object. Um, I'm just going to create a rectangle. Put it up here and then that down. I'm trying to create some. Okay. I'm trying to create a floor generator. So I need this plane to work that out. I'm going to use the extrude value, use the value as well. Now we have some very interesting options here. A big herringbone, ribbon, have basket waves. This is value there. Let me isolate this so we can see what's happening. Yeah. So this is the plugin menu or most people use for most people. That's what this is what they use for the um floor material. You see some or you might watch some videos and then you see they are not just using a texture for the floor material, they are using a plugin. If you are wondering what that plugin is, it's floor generator, and you can use it to create floor tiles, And when you combine it with this other plugin, multi texture by CG Channel, you are going to be able to create variations for your floor tiles. Okay, so we have that. Let's see. Let's put some that. This it. Yes. So we're going to create something that looks like there. I don't know if you guys have seen this. Yeah. So you can use it to create something like this as well. Create something like that. And yeah, I think we are pretty much done there. So we do not have that place. That place is no longer boring. It was before. So might have to just move some of the objects in our scene a bit. Let me check the. It was going to. Let me select this and move forward a bit. Cool. And I'm going to select this camera and afford increase this a bit. Even so, our camera is still so back. We're packing business. Check out this camera. After this, we have to move this one as well. I'm using this dolly camera here at the bottom right corner. You can use that icon there to move your scene slowly. Then I think using the arrow keys work too. You can use the front just like we would do in game. Hey Thomas, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Gigi, for coming on the live stream. And yeah, thanks for the. I actually do plan on continuing this tutorial because, as I said, when I started, it's a way for me to teach people and get feedbacks as well on my homework. You know, when you do that, when you try to teach people, in a way you gain more knowledge, or it helps you keep that drive for knowledge. And why I created a vast asset library. Okay. In my previous live stream, I explained how I got that library set up. I'll say it again. So I bought this model. This guy was offering this pack of models for some fee, and when I bought it from him, he had this library structure already. So all I just had to do was anytime I'm downloading models, I already know the folder they should go to. So that way it helps me keep keep a clean library. Like if I'm looking for shares now, I know where to go. I don't have to start looking for where are shares, where are tables, that kind of thing. So I don't know if there's a way I can get those folders. Maybe that would help you. If I'll try to research about it. If there's a way I can get that folder structure without the models, because yeah, it's going to be very heavy. Just that folder for structure. If I'm able to get that for you guys and upload it somewhere, so that when you download it and you have that structure down, then when you download models, maybe you buy models or you download models, you just know, okay, move this model to this folder, move this model to this folder. It's really helps a lot. And yeah, I'm going to teach you guys something today. It's about I don't know if you guys have heard about Quixel. Quixel mega scans. They are this company that make very, very good mega scans for 3D, for 3D artists. And the good news is that if you have an Epic Games account, you have access to the Quixel library, about 15,000 plus models, textures, 15,000 plus assets. You have access to all that for free. Yes, for free. I'm going to show you guys right now. I was really hoping I'll be able to finish this tutorial today, but as it is, it seems we may have to branch into um many different aspects just to show you guys some things. Okay, so here's the Quixel Bridge. Yes, the Thomas, they have very good textures with all maps. To be honest, I don't know. Can I say in the CG world, it's more like the best thing that has happened, and it's for free. The funniest part is that most of these scans are not even that heavy. Maybe the textures are heavy, but then when the 3D assets, they've been optimized in a way that they are not so heavy on your scene. Like the plants, I'm going to show you guys now the 3D plants. Now, these plants, when you download them, they are just planes with the plant texture on them cut out by opacity maps, like very light models. So they are really good for your work. They are really good for your work. So I'm going to show you guys now how to get to it. It should be quick. I really hope it will be quick. So what you have to do is first you have to get an Epic Games account. It's free to just sign up. Sign up for an Epic Games account. Now, once you have an Epic Games account, you just go to Quixel. I don't know the Samuel Jayola. Yeah, that is an issue for 3D artists because now as you said, you have this 3D Skype Pro pack and it's a lot. It's going to take you a while for you to arrange them all. And I think while I was researching some days ago, I came across this plugin. These guys were talking about this plugin CG Tweaks. I think it was something called Nagor, but I don't know if it's free or you have to buy it. So I don't know if it's free or you have to buy it. Okay, yeah. Now this, I think this plugin is supposed to help you arrange folders, help you arrange your folders and everything. I don't know. Let me see. Do they have a YouTube video we can watch to just get an idea of what it's for? I've not checked it out though. I've not checked it out. Now, if it really works the way they say it works, right? I think it's just the best thing. I think it's going to bring out the max model for you, create a preview, even put it into folders. Hey, Tayo, Aristas, thanks for coming on the live stream. Let me just forward this out here. Now, as you can see, I think he has all these raw folders and stuff. And with that script, he'll be able to arrange them all. I think that's what's you think those are all the problems. Now, I think he has that scattered all around and stuff. So you guys can, okay, I think you have to buy it. It's not free. You have to buy it. So, I don't know how much it would be. Let me see. Okay. Well, it must really work for it to be this expensive. It must really work. It's 80 pounds. Sorry, 80 euros. 80 euros. It must really work for it to be this expensive. Or it must really be doing what they say it does. So I think with this script, you'll be able to just with one click arrange all your models into folders and stuff. Let me forward that. Okay, as you can see, it's extracting and creating folders, creating directories for everything. So I think it must really work. I've not tried it, but if you have interest, you can check it out. Nago, that's the name of the script. Okay, back to what I was talking about. All you just have to do to get access to the Quixel Bridge library is create an Epic Games account free. Then once you do that, go to Quixel and then products bridge. Now other products such as the mixer, you don't need them mostly. The mixer, you need the mixer if you are good at the mixer is just like Photoshop. It's a 2D version of Photoshop whereby um the sorry. Oh, Thomas, it's been a long while. I don't think I remember where I was able to get the get access to the person. I think it was Facebook or so. It was Facebook. I'll check around. If you can get across to me through my Discord, just reach out to me there. Then if I so that once I get access to that, I can hear it or something. Okay. So what you just have to do is download the bridge plugin. Once you download that and just come here, they have plugins for every most of the softwares. Unreal Engine, Maya, Unity, Blender, Houdini, Cinema 4D. So I think it will just download the plugin that will work for the 2D software you, you use, and as long as you're signed in, right? As long as you're signed in, all these models will be free to you. You can always, again, you can always reach out to me through Discord if you have issues. Probably if you have issues setting it up, account or any issues, just reach out to me. I have those links. I have those links. You can always reach out to me through any of those. Um, so as I was saying, yeah, that's just it. That's it for the Quixel. It's not hard to bring in models or sessions as well. While doing the project or while I continue the project, you see the where is it. So let me just continue. Okay, so let's get to the lighting since that's the first part. I'm just going to go to the yeah, and yeah, log that in so that this view can always be the one rendered, getting rendered and stuff. Need something for that as well. For this scene, we since it's an indoor scene and we are trying to go um for something nighttime. I think we are just going to we won't be needing the environment unless yes, unless I'm taking this part out. Because as I said, I'm trying to create something that looks good and bring up the pure scene. Trying to work with something. I'm planning a D version of this project whereby I can have sunlight hitting this area. Now, for that to work, I think at last we might have to use environment. Though it's going to add very little of difference to our scene. I'm just going to open this area up. Yeah, like this. I'm going to open this area up. They probably have that to blue light coming from that area. So if that's the case, let's go with the HDRI approach. But apart from this area right here, we do not have any window. So we having a dark scene. We don't have any window, anything showing up. So first things first, let me create the override material. I always need that. I always work with the override material to get my lighting set. Just need values for your okay. Go back 100 like so. And plug this in plug this into the material override there. Like that. Yes. Then we will ask it to preserve our glass materials and displacements if we will be using the displacement in the scene. We ask this overlay material to preserve glass and displacement materials. No. I won't be asking it to preserve light materials right now, because when it comes to lighting, I try to be careful about the lights in the scene. So there are some lights, like I don't want all the lights all at once showing up. I want to hide the lights one after the other, because that's in a way that helps me keep track of what is showing, or what is bringing in light into this scene. So let me just have that unchecked for now. Maybe later on I might have it checked. So then the next thing I'll go with the AGI lighting. I'm going to take the corner color correct and the corner bitmap as well. Okay. Give me a moment to plug in the hard drive with my AGI, sir. Okay, and yes, we are back. It's loaded. Okay. I want something that works with night. Now I want a night sky. Now, before I updated to Windows 11, the Windows file always most of the time shows me a preview. Maybe it's something I still have to check. Maybe there's a way to have that back. It shows me previews of what is in the file, but right now I can't see that. So let's open the desk. I think we can work with that. I'm going to select the desk VGI. And then put that into the color correct. So then add that color correct into the Corona render setup. You can, if you use the 3ds mass environment as well, it works. There's no specifically, it's not written in stone that you have to always use this sync map. Well, I just prefer this. Let's leave 3ds mass. Let's leave the 3ds mass environment and use the Corona render settings environment here. I don't think it has any difference, but I just prefer this. Let's put this in. And then I think, yeah, but at least we have one light in the scene right now. So let's render a preview. Okay, we have that from there. The first thing I would like to do is increase the highlight compress. Then I just need that very subtle. I don't need it to be all over this. It is showing. When I increase this, I'm trying to reduce the brightness from that on there. Use this as well. Okay, let me see if I can give it something. Maybe that's bluish tint. Yeah, that will work. Okay, it's giving that tint to the whole scene. That's it. Remember, I think this was white before. or is it 255? I think it was 250. This thing is almost looking like a bad idea using this environment. Like I don't want to really see much from that area there. Working to reduce that. Okay, I'm getting closer to what's. I just need to go to us. Let me increase this. Maybe I can get something. Let me increase. Maybe I can get something blue from that server. Mm, not showing that. Okay. Let me go to the folder itself. Maybe I can figure out something that really looks like night time. Okay. Now this view for the AGIs I have. None of them really depict that nighttime. I think I downloaded this from HCI event or something. I think I thought I told you guys some time ago about that website, right? HCI even. You can always get free HGIS from there. And I think they have free models as well. Yeah, HGI. I think I downloaded something that ignites HGI from there. I think I downloaded that time ago. So just going to use this. I'm sure this one is night view. Let me change HGI to the different map. Okay. Mm. Unless the same. There's not really any difference. Not really so much the difference there. If anything, I think it's giving off this yellow line vibe. Okay, let's just go back to the one we used before. This is one. That's the issue when you're working with when you're working on 3D views. You just there are so many things to just put into account. I'll just make up my mind and use this. Hey, Tosin. Good evening. Thanks for coming on the live stream. That was before the sound. And to have button. Well, I just need to be very subtle. Yeah, cool. That was some use for them. So this to adding spotlight. Probably have one. I have two. Yeah. And this is where the reference image comes in. You always need to have reference image guide you to have reference image. For this one, we don't really have the guys lighting. Okay, adding in the lights here. If the light source is going to be showing in the mirror, we'll be bringing in a model that needs to do something that we have a light source. That this slide there. That's true. Okay. Now let me see if let's explore IES lights. Maybe that is going to give us some very nice effects. And before we do that, go to switch off, upload other lights, use the temperature. Let's go for something warm. 5K. Looking too bright. Use the directionality. We can have it. Oh, I don't want it to go too much on those ones. Change the IES light I'm using. Oh. Let me try this approach. Let's delete this and go for the lights first. Adding a corner color. Oh, profile for this guy. Then do that. the lights shining there. Just going to delete that. Don't need extra lights. Possibly do dust. Increase the brightness for this lighting. Let's see. Let's see what we now the reason why I'm going with this approach is that probably if I do it this way, it will help me make the decision for what kind of lighting I want for the main area. Maybe that makes sense to you guys. Yes, so you can see that light coming that area. We'll have to convert them. They are very light, and Corona does not support view. But now, so we don't have enough shining down there. So let's add in the lights stuff. I could probably increase the brightness for the light materials that we're using in this one. But if I were to increase that, I don't know, it does not really sound professional if there's something like that, using light materials as main light source like that, when we can do it this way. Have that big right there. Too bright actually. That fits the value. Yes, thanks Thomas. That's what I was thinking. But maybe if I work with other lights first, then I can know what to do with the other lights. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And you guys may have to forgive me. Yeah, I know I said I would not be using lot files anymore, but I think I have to. I think they've been a part of my workflow that I really like working with them. Just going to use my favorite again. I think 4.5 is too warm for that area. 5K. Switch off distribute dies. Okay. Directionality too strong. Now, what this directionality does is for you is that if you do not want to use IES lights, or you want to focus your lighting on one source, I'll show you guys what it does now. Now you guys can see the line coming from this light, right? Now as you can see, those lines are going they're at an angle. Now when the angle is at 0, you have that light is covering a wider range. It shines to a wider range. I don't know if you guys are seeing what I'm saying. Yeah, as you can see right now, it's shining to a wider range, right? Now if you want to focus it on one area, when you increase this value, if I leave this value at 1, that that angle, the angle is straight up, straight down. And now when it happens that way, when you do it that way, the light is so focused. It means all this light is focused on one area alone. You can see, you guys can see this right here, right? It's going to focus on that area alone. It won't be shining on that area. But then, because it's focusing on one area and it still has this number of intensity, this area will definitely be way brighter. Now it's going to have its use. It depends on what you are working on. It's going to have its use. Let's, for example, you are probably making a concert hall, and you need all these lights, focus lights, they focus on the artist. I don't know the name is called, and you need to simulate, or you need to do something that looks like that. You can use this. You can use the directionality to get something like that in your work. I need it to be a bit focused and not on the boss mode. Yeah. So yeah, that should I use the same lights for the other sense, for the other lights, because it's on this as well. It does not work, we can always remove them or reduce the value for those. So let's see what they are going to give us. Let's do this way. Okay, this way. Maybe we won't add anything on this. This guy right here, the hand is safe, but then it works. Does not hurt anybody, because I've always had this principle of, if it's a rectangular or a square light source, use the rectangular light. If it's a disc light source, use a disc light. Well, I think it works since it's not visible, so you won't be seeing. Thank you, Thomas. I'm glad I could help out. This area as well. I think, if anything I can say on this area, we are good to go. I would like to increase the lights coming from the back of that area too. I would like to increase that. Well, instead of warm light, since we have this warm light in here, let's explore something, or probably neutral. Like the pressure there. I've always said this: if you are trying to simulate, if you are trying to create a corona light material, do not make the mistake of using colors to drive your do not make the mistake of using colors like this, unless probably you are doing a club scene and you need now all these colored lights. But if you are trying to simulate like realistic lighting, the values, any value below 6.5 are warm lights, sorry, cool lights, and any value above 6.5, sorry, I'm messing it up. Any value below 6.5, yeah, are warm light, and any value above 6.5 are cool lights. Well, if you make the mistake of probably trying to, yeah, Thomas, you can use solid color. Let's say I'm trying to create a club scene and I need real light. Yes, I can use exactly when creating neon lights. That's what I was trying to say. Or in special situations whereby that is what you need, you can use the corona color. You can use the color solid color value. It works perfectly. But if you are trying to simulate real light, bulbs, normal bulbs, white light or yellow, or the warm bulbs or cool bulbs, do not mean like, okay, let's say for example, I'm trying to create a real light bulb, right? And instead of using the temperature, I'm trying to get to the yellow. Now you might get it. It might look right when you do it maybe probably one time, but then when you want to work, or when you want to create something like that next time, and you do not have the and you do not have the color, because yeah, all these colors have numbers, and you have no idea of knowing, okay, what were the values I used on my last project for me to use that again on this project. So instead of doing that, why not just use the normal temperature values? That is easier to know. If you need it to if you need it to be warm, reduce the values below 6.5. If you need it to be cool, increase the values above 6.5. So let me try 7, and then is this times, let's start 120. Okay. Now that we have lit up this area, right? I can say that right now I know what to do. Okay, I know what to do for the overall lighting on that area, so that we can have some reflections falling on this ocean basin here. Yeah, um, I'm forgetting something. For the bathtub, I've not. For the sink, I do not have a faucet or a tap. Okay, you mean for the corona light material? Is that what you mean? Thomas, get back to me on the last question you asked. I do not really get what you mean by the multiplier. Or you mean the intensity of the corona light? So get back to me on that though. So um now let's try creating. Let me reduce the intensity of this. It's burning the floor right here. Like 4. Too bright. Yeah, cool. Yeah, so we have it shining down like we want it to, and not so bright on the floor material as well. Um, for the light material, the intensity. Okay, you mean the output multiplier? Okay, the output multiplier. I think this should just be. It said it multiplies the results by a constant number. Okay. Now I don't know what that means, but I can write out. So we use the corner color here. If it's going to increase the brightness of that. That's on 5. Okay, it did increase the value. I don't know if you guys noticed something. Did I put that on 120? 120. Okay, I think increasing this value increases the output of that of the light material. Check again. Now it's on one, and we can see we have this faint glow. Let's put it on 4. It's going to be brighter. I think it's just another way of brightening up the material. Yeah, it works the same way. It's just increasing the value of the intensity here. I think it works the same way. So if we need to increase it later on, we'll do that. Okay. Now that we have that, now let's try this one I'm about to do. Yes, it spreads the light more. Exactly. This one I'm about to do will probably be what makes or mad this project. And let me just study this a bit. I have this bright light, but I do not want so bright. I want it just cool, a bit cool like this. I think they used lights, right? But it has a very low intensity. That's what's happening. And we also have lights. We have lights coming from this area. You can see we have lights in this right here. Of course, there are ways to cheat, and I'll be showing you guys as well. There are ways to make a specific object or somewhere in the model just a bit brighter without the light affecting other areas. So let's have one light here. That will be our main light source. I'm making it a bit bigger than the normal size a bulb is going to be, because I'm not going to be showing it. It won't be showing you this thing, right? But I want it to be what really drives the lighting this project. Try 20, because I'm not seeing any difference. That is fine. Okay, let me just stop. Una has this habit of, if it has been rolling for a while and you add something new, when it does not refresh you, then it means there's something wrong. So you just have to check that sometimes. So let's start on 0 with this guy. Let's start on 0 with it. Then have something neutral. Something neutral like that. Cool. 12. We need to increase the brightness later on. We can always do that. So, let me not make it an instance. I'm making it a copy because I may have to use different values for this guy right here. I have to use different values. Let's see what's happening in the camera too. increase the for camera 2. Yes. Let me try 20. Okay. 20 is the directionality a bit. Yes, I will explain about light mix. Uh, I used to make use of light mix a lot. I used to make use of light mix a lot. Um, I should probably use it for this project, but I think I am having more fun since I'm not in a rush with this project. I'm having more fun just changing the values one after the other like this, adding it one after the other. Okay. But maybe in this project I might still even make use of the light mix though. I could just explain it how it works and some errors you might encounter when using light mix. That is if you guys use light mix now, I'll tell you something that will help. Whenever you are using light mix, do not ever make the mistake of don't when you are tweaking your light mix values. Any object you're seeing that makes use of a corona light material, oil light material, any object that you're seeing that makes use of corona light material, please do not tweak the value of that object using light mix. I don't know if it's a bug or something. When you tweak it, sometimes it works perfectly, but sometimes it just blows the value of the light material out of proportion. And then I don't know if you've come across this problem before when later on probably the scene becomes black, like total black. Nothing is happening, or it becomes too bright. So whenever you're using light mix and you have a corner light material, in the list of your light mix elements, do not tweak the value there. Instead, go to your material editor and tweak the value of the light material manually, because when you use the value of the when you tweak it in the light mix and you do the old baking thin button and stuff, when it affects the material of the corner light material, right, sometimes it blows it out of proportion and you have issues. So please just remember that. Okay, I think I'm liking that spotlight there. I'm liking the spotlight. I may try the spotlight for the other object though, for the other light, if it's going to give us something interesting. Okay, now we have this interesting stuff here, and we are going to have nice reflections on this guy as well. So let's see how this light affects our first camera. Because the way these things work, right, is when you add anything new in the project, anything light or something, it's going to affect other areas. So you just have to always make sure you are checking everything together. That's the way it really works sometimes. Okay. We use real highest spotlight for that guy. Let's see if it will give us something interesting for this one as well. Okay, not bad actually. Okay, these lights are not really giving. I'm not seeing much difference with them. I'm not really seeing much difference with them. And just continue. Yes, let's deal with this glass material. Let's see this glass material. This is the camera view where we see the glass material more. Yeah, like this. Just of this. Try to convert the in the corner compound. That's something I should have done because they are very models in this scene. And if I don't convert it to corona materials like that, I'll probably have issues areas. I have all corona material. First thing I would like to do is just leave the glossiness and the reflection for now. And yes, they have this absorption color and whatnot for this guy. We don't need that for this project. If I'm trying to recreate some colored glass, that is when I will need this. But I don't need colored glass for that. Put this back. Here. Like I said earlier, I want to show this effect of uh um a red glass or something. Yeah, something glass that has water droplets and all those. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to. That's what I'm trying to see. Trying to work on that. Let's see. I have some. I think I have some textures that can help with that. The surface imperfections. Okay, I have something. Okay, going to make. But these ones are too dense. Yeah, they're looking way dense. Maybe they'll work for what we're trying to do. Hey, Abby. Thanks for coming on the live stream. You're welcome. Okay. Oh. That's really what I'm looking for. Let's see, things, liquid, things, liquid droplets. I know for a fact that I've tried using this before. I use that thing. Let's find that thing. been a long while I did it. I can't even get it done. Couldn't find the image. Mm, well. Let's continue. Let me check my other files. Let me check my map. This where I drop all those files. Should I say junk textures? I just drop them in and I mostly forget about them. Yeah. This should work well. Let's bring this in. I don't know the issue with Windows 11. When I drag down just place it around there, it should open that software that is beneath. But it doesn't. Yes, you're right. So yeah, probably more complicated ways to do this. Yeah, but just going to go with this. Let me put in one map here. Yeah, oh, we're having something that looks like water droplets now, and then I'll need something to drive that smoky look I'm trying to go for. This is the problem with having so many files. You end up not knowing which is which. This one's artistic and stuff. I don't need them to be, because now this the reason why I'm not using these textures, even though they may look perfect for the situation, is that when you bring it into the model, right? Because there is not a lot of this texture right here, and we have this large window surface. Now, if I use that, I'm going to have water droplets that look repetitive, and that's the reason why I opted for this guy. The textures look, the droplets look very tiny, so that even if I'm scaling this texture to be bigger, right, you still won't have water droplets that are looking way bigger than they should be. So that's the reason why I'm not going for those other ones. Now the next thing I need is something to drive that frosty look. Maybe I should just use the noise material for that. I'm not really getting something really nice. It's more like fingerprints stuff. I think I'll go with. Let me try the noise material. Try the noise material. Let's put in the next material, and then next material. Yeah, we have black, white. I'm going to put this in the reflective glossiness. And once I put that in, now what this means is that if this next material, let me just make this bigger. Now it means anywhere where we have the black material here, anywhere we have black will be clear glass, and anywhere you have the white will be frosty. So that's what I'm trying to work on. Let me try increasing the size. That's that's fine. For you to have clear blacks and clear whites. Just into that. And that is actually the reason why levels work. Okay. I think levels do the 10 is the highest. With the way it is right now, I'm just going to have frosty glass with maybe with varying levels of frosting as well. Frosty glass all through. I need a texture that can help me. A texture that looks this way, but for a frosty surface. Can do something with that. You see, boy, I hate having to look for textures and something wants to work or something is not working right. What do you guys think? I open Photoshop and create a map myself. This one's will come out. That's just giving me. Let me work with it. Let's I'll make this this not be active that we can that's textures. be a solid color. Facing that, yes, that's a different basic thing. Apologies, guys. I thought the material for this glass was attached to the multi-sub object there. It's even a different material on this one. So now what I'm trying to do is get to get the maps showing on this area itself. So these two guys, so okay. And now this is the texture we are seeing on this side. We want to drive the UVW map for this texture. Now, but then you notice that we have two textures applied to this material. If we can't use, that means we'll be needing at least or at most two UVW maps to be able to drive the resolution or to adjust the texture for this one, and another UV map to adjust the texture for this one. And this is how you do it. So I'm going to add the UV map like that. So that's our texture right there. I'm using that's all we are, but then we can scale it up. Yes, this is why I was looking for texture that had like a lot of emojis or something. But I'm not really going to get much the way this guy looks. Yeah, we're not going to get much. Okay, if I increase this, okay, cool. If I increase this, I should be getting more white. That's okay. Not yet. You guys just stay with me. You guys should see what I'm trying to go for. Copy the VW map for this. Add that. The one. And I'm going to move it just to have some variation so that we don't have emojis for the two glasses showing at the same place. Even rotate this just to have something right for that. Okay, now we've used that UV map to work with the texture on this. Now we need to check the placement for this texture as well. So what I'm going to do, okay, let me just allow it auto save. I'm having a feeling that if I don't do that, we might end up with a crashed 2ds map. We're going to lose all the progress we've had since. Yeah, so we are done with the auto save. Now what you have to do now is when you click on this texture, right, you notice that there's a number here under the map channel. Now the map channel, that is the map channel for this texture. Now for the UVW map here, you see it is affecting map channel 1 and map channel 1. Now this UVW map is working for this texture because they both have the same number in the map channel. Now immediately if I change this to map channel 2, you see these textures here are going to disappear. Now it is not working because the UVW map is affecting maps with the map channel one. But the map channel for this texture right here is showing as two. So one, if I were to change this now, if I were to change this to two to show again, I don't know if you guys get me. So now this is what we are going to do. Now for this texture, we are going to make it show in the viewport, right? Like this. Okay, we need to rotate it. Moving to the side. The windows are now windows falling. Right. Okay. Alright now. Because there is a UVW map on these glasses, right? It's going to show. And it's because this one is on map channel 1. But then if we want to make any adjustments to this texture, once we start moving this or tapping with these values here, it is going to affect the placement we have for this texture already. So to avoid that, we want to put this guy here on map channel 2 and then create a new UVW map. We can use the same values we used here. But then instead, this time around we use a map channel 2. Now it's as you can see, I did not even need to rotate that. It was fine. Now I can adjust this the way I want without having issues. Without having issues with the other. Okay, cool. Now we have the water droplets. Just something small. We don't need water droplets to be big, large. Something small like that. I hope you guys understand what I did now. Map channel 2, VW map 2. Now, by the time I'm done and I start, by the time I select to show this texture on the glass as well, you see that we are still retaining that the way we placed it before. We are still retaining that. It's not going to be tampered with because we've had we have different UVW maps affecting both objects. Place this and then remove this just to show variation. We don't need it. We don't want it to be repetitive. Increase this. Okay. Cool. Now, if I ask that this should be the material in viewport, and so we still have our smudges. Okay, the way we needed it to be. Well, let me try something. Let me see what this would look like. Yeah, maybe when we are rendering, we'll see how it looks. If it does not look the way we want it to be, try something else. Let me put this. Okay, I think we are good to test it out now. Let's see. How our class is looking. Let's just give that some few minutes to clear up. Yeah, I think I'm beginning to see the water droplets, but I'm not seeing much on the frosty glass where I want it to be. Let's give that some few minutes to clear up. Let me just increase the resolution of this. Maybe that will make it clearer. It's bigger, so we can see how it's looking. Okay. I don't know if you guys are seeing it already. We're having the water droplets. This water droplets look. I'm just going to give that time to help. Still rendering. And then I think these guys recently just brought out a new tutorial, the common points. I always check the blog, so if you guys have the time, to check it out. I think the latest article on their blog is about skies. Can you believe this render? This, and it's about specifying sky colors, like the right sky for your exterior renders. And they really went into it, like, okay, how should the sky for this area look like? How should the sky for another area look like? Something like that. They really went into detail. Stuff that impact the whole atmosphere, how it looks, how you can even do them in 3Ds. So do check it out when you have the time. It will help you a lot. Okay. So you guys just give it a read. Okay. I think I'm seeing the water droplets, right? But the frostiness, I still have issues with that. So you're dying is the frostiness. Reducing diffraction, glossiness. Make it and get faster feedback. Got that. Ooh. We won't really see um the real results in this. Reason being that I'm using the Corona fast preview stuff. So let me change that so that we can see a clear, like, I don't know if you guys understand what I'm trying to say. When you use the fast preview the noise during render, right, it tries to it cleans up the image quickly for you so that you can see what it looks like. But that is not exactly how the render is going to look like when you did do the render. But like when you really make the final rendering or something, it's that one is clearer and that one is more accurate. So let me switch off fast preview the noise render. It will take a longer time to clean up, but at least I'll really see what is happening there. Okay, it's what I have now. Everywhere is just glossy. Everywhere is just glossy. Let me put this back on one and see if this guy is even doing anything at all. Because on num, right, this using this map would make some parts glossy and some parts not glossy. It's not really doing what I think it should be doing. Not. I'm only seeing the droplets. The previous part. No, not there. Yeah. Perhaps I'm putting this in the wrong channel. Let's try this. I'm putting it on the wrong channel. This is. I think I have been putting it on the wrong channel. Apologies, guys. Uh, let's see what you're having. It's confused as to what I'm saying. But yeah, it's giving off that glossy look, yeah, but it's now too thick. By putting this back to this 0, so 1, 1. Let me switch. Oh god, why is it? Let's switch this back on. Looking for okay. That is it. I'm actually seeing something. Okay. 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 It's all guys. It's all. But we're having more of frozen areas than light areas. So let me invert this. Let me invert this. I'm going to invert that, and yeah, we're beginning to have something nice. But honestly, I'll say this is the wrong map for it. Maybe as against the next live stream, I'm going to create a map or probably find a map that will really work well for what we are trying to achieve. So this is the right way for it. To create the frozen look, right? All I have to do was put this in the reflective glossiness. Yeah. And after doing that, invert the channel. So now what this means is that the white areas are very glossy and the black areas are frozen. Have this frozen look. But then as I said earlier, the texture we are using is not ideal for that situation. So it's not really looking realistic. That's against the next live stream. I'm going to look for a texture or create one that really works for the situation we are trying to go for. So one other thing I would like to try is to give our glass some color. By some color, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, whereby you have this glass, right, where it is clear glass, right, but on the edge you are probably seeing the green tints, blue tints, whatever. Now to create something like that, what you have to do is to go to your volumetrics and SSS, then the absorption color, leave that at white. In this cartoon color should what we are tampering with is for this. I'm going with this. Yeah. Now this value is what we are going to use to push that. So let's start by 30. Of color too. Yep. Okay. We have it as colored green now, right? Now to remove the green we have on the main area of the glass and have the edge alone take up that color, we have to keep increasing this value. Let's see. We have this and this. That the right way. Yeah. So that will help us give that glass or the glass we have here some realism. If we have both glasses, just we are not seeing any bound, we are not seeing any edge on that glass right there. It won't really work. It won't really give us that realistic view we are trying to go for. Okay. I was really hoping I'll finish this project today. Honestly, I was really hoping I would. Sadly, we were only able to do the lighting, which yeah, it's a good step. On the next live stream, I don't know if you can, yeah, you guys can see this well. We have that frozen, so that area is showing up the frozen glass, and we have some the areas here showing the frozen glass as well. So on the next live stream, right, we'll be focusing mainly on texturing this scene. Um, focus more on texturing this scene. I think for the lighting part, we are mostly done. Or let me just do this before I go. So we know that we are totally done with the lighting. Let me put in the plants I want to put here and light those plants. And this will know part of the job is done. Like these plants. Let's bring these guys in and bring this in cactus. Yeah. And cactus plants. That and cactus. Just going to bring that and cactus plants in. Nice. What is happening? Shouldn't be that way. But, oh, right. This guy's in. Loading. I don't know why it's taking so long. Auto saving. Let me just allow it to auto save like that. Okay. Let me bring in the other one. Before we start what I'm playing. Yeah, these models are taking forever to load in. I myself have not really had the time to check out to read this tutorial to the end. But it's just marvelous when you think that these are 3D renders and it's something that is possible, like it's something that is possible for us to do with a bit of work and just fine, honestly. Something we can do. Like when I see these images, right, I don't think of them as impossible to. Don't think of them as impossible to do. Just like I always say, it's always get better, or it can always get better. This article is so long, but it is for the read. Honestly, it's for the read. Maybe if you guys read it, you guys will be able to understand how the sky in your radar should really look like. That's the ones we do not need. Okay. Just like so. This one. Let's make it nice. That is so heavy. Okay. Left out some parts. How's that? This. Got that. For this. Okay. I'm just trying to prepare the models because since I'll be scattering them behind there, I need to prepare them all so that they look okay for this. The fixer. If you guys are wondering, the plugin I'm using is Top Model Fixer. I have it. If you check the description, you see the link to um my 3ds Max script. I have many of the scripts I will be using. That's that drive. You guys can get it. Okay, let's see group. And so attach all this. Give me an error. Steady model. But I made a mistake. Just import that. I really hope it does not take this long again. So the mistake I made was, well, I was attaching it. Thomas, on real-time rendering engines, right? You mean rendering engines like F-Storm? F-Storm real-time? No. You mean rendering engines like yeah, F-Storm? No, F-Storm is a GPU render. You mean like Unreal Engine, Lumion, other software makes use for real-time that I know of. Are you talking about Lumion or Unreal Engine, that kind of thing, or you mean F-Storm and the rest? If you are seeing F-Storm and F-Storm, Redshift, and those other render engines, I won't really say they are okay. Enscape, Lumion, D5 render, yes, they're actually good, to be honest. And well, for me, if I'm going to learn any real-time render engine, it's going to be Unreal Engine. It's going to be Unreal Engine. But I've seen Enscape projects. I've seen Enscape renders that look really good. I've seen Lumion renders that look really good. It depends on the person using the software. But for me, I don't think they. Would I say I'm underestimating them, if that's the word, or I just don't have preference for them? Enscape, Lumion, D5 render. I do not have preference for them. If I'm going to learn anything, I'm thinking of learning Unreal Engine because there are more things you can use Unreal Engine for. Unreal Engine for. So I think that would be my answer to them. I've tried Lumion before and it was quite good. I think I was able to make one mediocre animation like that. I was able to use it to make one mediocre animation like that. Well, it's for me, it wasn't really giving me the taste I was looking for. Probably maybe I didn't play with it long enough. So I'm sorry if there's any Lumion user watching this video. I'm not shitting on the software. I just don't have preference for it. That makes sense. Okay, now we have our models. We can now scatter. I'm going to scatter with this spline. I won't be using the rectangle because I don't want it all over the place. I want to have something not so big. Yes, Thomas, they are very great for fast. They are very great for fast work, right? But we both know that something good takes time, right? Now there are some clients that don't need you to do something that looks real good for them. There are some clients that just want fast job and they just want to get the render as quick as possible. And those kind of clients, yeah, cool. Unreal Engine works for them. But if you are really going down, if you are really thinking of nailing the big clients, the ones that pay and are patient and want really good jobs, right? You may not, unless you are very good with the Lumion. Unless you are really good with Lumion, that is when you can really get something great. Even I'm very sure people use Lumion when the Lumion professionally, like these guys. I've forgotten their name. I used to check their Instagram page. They were really good with, yeah, Odin. I think it's Odin render or something. If you guys have the time, or is it Odin Architect? Check them out on Instagram. They use Lumion for all their animations and it really looks good. Yeah, Lumion is improving too. The makers of Lumion, they are really doing great on the software. But it's fast, right? Now I want to believe people, those Odin actors, they won't do it. They won't do those projects fast the way you think. The way we normal users will use them. They probably have some advanced knowledge. Some might even go into deep into scripting and stuff, in-house techniques that they use. So probably for them, Lumion is not even as it's not that fast. It's fast in a way as far it's fast when compared to frame rate animation, but probably it's not even giving you see for this. It's not, or they spend more time tweaking it to make it look that good. Yeah, let me say that they spend more time tweaking the project to make it look as good as we see it on Instagram. And that's why when you see, it's rare for you to see someone who, or maybe not an animation studio, and the Lumion render is looking very good. It requires a lot of time. But for Unreal Engine takes time too, right? But with Unreal Engine, even after doing the work, right, you can get out very good resolution. You can get a 4K resolution within the snap of your finger. When I started this live stream, when I started this YouTube channel, I think I showed on one of the videos the work of this guy, Fisher, that he uses Unreal Engine and he rendered out 4K animation, 4K resolution of an animation. I think was it up to a minute, and he said he rendered it up in 5 minutes using Unreal Engine. 4K resolution. Now imagine that. That's really impressive, and that's the reason why I think if I'm going to learn anything real time, Unreal Engine is where I'm going to go. That's what I'm going to go for. So let's get back to this. Let's try to scatter this plants using this spline. I'm going to put the first pack. Yes. Like that. So get to this. And 4. I should have checked the name. That's okay. Just to have more. For the translation, I'm going to show the translation. The reason why I'm doing this is when I have it, just why it's looking right. Those are looking too big. I have a problem. Models are actually getting out of the boundary. That's for them. And too big. But then if I reduce them, I will end up not having enough to show this area. What we can do. Okay. These guys had the cactus plants. Probability for those. Let's see. Yeah. This is second cactus plant. Let's see. Okay. Third one. They're really getting out of the glass compartment we have for them. Let's see. I'm moving this shape back. Okay. I think that did something. Okay. Now there's something I would like to show you guys. Pick item editor. Then pick custom edit like that. Now when I click custom edit and I go this way, I can select the subjects, move them myself. Cool, right? I can play with myself. So do this. That will be the like that. Try this. One can be here. And that's it. Okay. Then that's in. Gosh. Yeah. Cool. Just casting that. Now let's have some lights shining, upwards. We're going to go with this light, so one way like this. That will be the next live stream. I'm going to bring in a model so that it won't just look like the light is come from nowhere. I'm going to bring in a model just to